everybody.
Hello. Welcome to YouTube blind streaming, the monthly YouTube blind streaming event where we have a scheduled discussion topic, but we also we do open it up to open topic. If people have questions or want to take the topic in a different direction, no problem. Today's topic, as you probably saw, it is depression and anxiety. How do you deal with it? How do you deal with it as a vision impaired person or a sighted person? And this is very interactive. We don't have these scheduled panel members right up here. We also invite people from the chat. We do invite people from the chat to come up here. If you would like to, you can participate in the chat with us, or you can come up on panel. So let's get started. Oh, our panel guests are Andrew with Consult a Blind Guy channel, and Paul at Paul's Blind Soup for the Soul, and Dal at Dal Cecil Runo channel. Okay, and that's okay. Let's read what's going. Let's read what people are saying in the chat.
Well, hello, Patriot in the dark.
Oh yes, hello, Patriot in the dark. Hello, Designs by CAD Pro, Jaden Suh. Designs by CAD Pro and Jaden Suh. Their links are down below. They're valued channel members. You can check them out. Their links are down below. Thank you. And
don't forget about Danny Mac.
Yes, Danny. I'm scrolling up. Danny Mac McKenna. So glad to see you here. Welcome.
Hey, CAD Pro. Hey, Danny Mac McKenna.
Okay, Okay.
You know, incidentally, Andrew, Patriot in the dark, if he's still here, he's doing a challenge on his channel. It's 1776 challenge. He's looking for heroes. You know, like when we had that discussion about heroes.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he's looking for American hero stories. So being that you're a veteran, sir, in the Marine Corps, as a blind individual, I'm sure Patriot in the Dark would love to hear about your story on his channel.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, I'll have to hit him up. That's for sure.
And shall we? Okay, we greeted some people in the chat. Shall we get started? And if there's anybody in the chat that would like to come up on panel, please let it. Well, okay, I'll put the link in the chat. Okay, so is there anybody on the panel that would like to kick off the discussion? Or did I? How about Paul?
What about me?
Yeah, can you kick off the discussion?
Yeah, sure, I can do that. I've been lucky. I've been a really lucky individual when it comes to mental health. I've had a couple episodes in my life as a young child one time, and another time about 10 years ago where I had an anxiety attack. Things were, going crazy in my head where I would repeat stuff over and over, and I had to be perfect with everything. It was really strange.
So you were what age then?
I think the first time was when I was 8.
Oh, okay.
And then it was related to school and my school teacher. How old are you when you're in 6th grade? I was 11.
6th grade? Yeah, around 11.
I was 11. Yeah.
But I have a question for you. If you were done, if you had a break in your conversation, I had a question for you though.
What is it?
Well, when your eye collapsed and you were in total darkness for 8 weeks, didn't that make you very depressed?
Yes. Yeah. It was. This is where like I said, I'm lucky because I don't. Some people have that chemical imbalance in their brain and they want to get well, but they can't.
Me.
Where in my situation, my strength and tenacity put me through it, basically. Except for 2 times. One when I was in when I was in 10th grade. I'm sorry, 6th grade, and one just about 10 years ago. Just due to stress and just being overwhelmed with everything. You know, I went through. My mother died. Then I ended up in a divorce, and then my father died.
Oh, those things. Those
Yeah.
things made you depressed. Oh,
Yeah.
you're saying like situational things have caused your depression or anxiety, and and whereas
So
opposed to
for a brief moment, I was taking some meds because my thoughts were just repeating and repeating, and then everything seemed to be fine, and I've weaned myself off of that now for the past 8 years at least. But overall, I really haven't suffered from depression. So when my eye collapsed, I had more fear than depression. And with that fear, it just strengthened me even more to, tomorrow's going to be a better day. The doctors are going to find out what's going on. I'm fine. It's when you don't know, that's when it's a problem most of the time for everybody, especially for me.
the unknown.
When you don't know the unknown reason for things, it messes me up. But so them telling me be prepared, never see again, is a slap in the face, but it's very true. I prepared myself to never see the light of day again. But I had faith and strength, and people were praying for me. There's power in prayer. It doesn't matter what religion you follow. Prayer and thoughts, positive thoughts for people are very powerful.
Yes.
So with that 8-week transition period where everything was darkness, we had to play the waiting game and be careful. And I don't want to go in too long detail, but it was meticulous because when my eye collapsed and bled inside, it's not like liquid. It turned instantly coagulated into peanut butter. So now I have extreme eye pressure from nothing to a lot because I've got basically peanut butter in my eye. And they had to be very careful and let that stuff dissolve and let my own body absorb it. But I had a couple surgeries where they went in and they made incisions in the eye like you're peeling an onion. And they made a couple incisions in the upper right of the eye on my right eye, just to help with the blood dissipating. They couldn't just go right in and start doing stuff because my eye would literally explode from the pressure. So we had to play the waiting game, and 8 weeks later, slowly some vision came back. I had from darkness to this red streak. When the sun would shine on my eye, I started seeing a red streak. That red streak started getting a little bit more like a blob, and then it went from red to white. And then all of a sudden, one day I'm in the truck with Lisa and she's driving, and all of a sudden I look down and I see my hand for the first time since the incident. Everything just came clear, and I actually saw flesh tone for the first time since that incident. And I was like, "Stop the truck, stop!" And I scared the heck out of her. And she stopped the truck, and she goes, "What's the matter?" I go, I can see again." and we were like, we're just basically almost crying. So after that, it's just follow ups with the doctor, and turns out that yes, I can see, but I lost all my peripheral. So I have permanent damage on the optic nerve from when it collapsed. There are little fine hairs on the optic nerve of itself, and those fine hairs are your sight for peripheral. That's why you're supposed to get an eye checkup every year, because glaucoma especially creeps up from the sides and you don't notice it. So you have to, see the doctor every year and have that checked out. So those hairs got permanently damaged. So now I have major tunnel vision. My visual field is less than 10 degrees, where an eye sees 180. And the left eye, ever since I was a kid, I was blind in it. I was legally blind at birth in the left eye, and then it went completely dark when I was 8. So, so I really didn't get depressed. I wouldn't let myself get depressed. I guess that's sounds like a cop-out, kind of, because really, Paul, I mean, what makes you so special, right? But I just persevered through it. Because in the back of my head, I said to myself, crying about it is not going to make it better. And being depressed about it is not going to make it better. I have to put my foot in front of the other, literally, and start using a cane and hope for the best. And this is, why I'm here today. Why I'm passionate about empathy. I know there's a lot of people out there that had similar situations like me, or even worse. And we all need to tell our stories and give us each other strength. And believe it or not, that's curative depression right there.
Thank you for sharing. And right now, let's take a minute out and ask the chat for comments or questions. And we do have a comment from Danny McKenna. He says he totally gets what you're saying and he relates. So chat, I'm asking the chat, is there anybody that'd like to come up here on the panel? Is there anybody with questions or comments? We're taking time out to acknowledge the chat right now, to include and interact with the chat right now.
I know, Dal, you were saying that sometimes you struggle. That's one of your struggles.
Yeah, I have a chemical imbalance in the brain.
Yeah.
I have a professional diagnosis, both from psychologist and a psychiatrist. I have been on medication. I had to stop because of financial, and I'm a foreigner, so I don't have a safety net. So financial difficulties are a reality for me. So, but I have been on medication before. I have professional diagnosis. It's not because a lot of people who struggle with depression that have not been to a therapist officially, they struggle with other people being very insensitive and saying, you're just making it up. You just want attention.
Yeah.
And nope, I don't want attention. Actually, I'm okay with my solitude. I love reading. I love writing. I love doing my own thing. It's okay. I can. It's absolutely fine if I am alone. I do want friends. Duh, everybody. But I'm perfectly fine with just me. But
you're more like an introvert, right?
I am extremely introverted.
Yeah,
it could be extreme, and the combination of introvertedness and depression and anxiety is a little bit dangerous in the sense that I struggle and I consciously fight against isolating myself for too long.
And then you find solace with people that are in your situation like you. Do you reach out to them and share stories and try to have empathy?
I try, and I reach out to people. I have friends, but I also measure how much can I share to some people. How much or how little can I share? And also, if I have a period of time where I'm sharing with someone and I feel like this friendship is like a strong friendship, but then maybe some circumstances have us falling out, I am super aware of okay, I am not allowed or not preferred to share with this person anymore, and so
Mhm.
I am very aware, and I just take my space, and I just basically I just leave. There is no, there's no, I don't quarrel for stupid stuff like that. I don't have
Right.
time. I don't have time or energy. I just, hey dude, I'm a writer. I'm doing so many things. I don't have time. And I don't have energy and stamina. So another thing that I struggle with being clinically, like chemical imbalance in the brain, depressed, is I genuinely don't have energy for, for example, there's a social media, Twitter. They say that Twitter is full of drama. I'm like, I can be on Twitter and I don't experience the drama because I'm very good at ignoring it, because
Mhm.
I don't have the stamina to push through all that stuff. I don't have it. Genuinely, if I try, I will sleep for 2 days in a row, like sleep on and on. I don't have that luxury either, because I have to work and I have to do things. So like I have learned with the years, and I'm still learning even to this day, I am learning where I invest my energy. I think it's a lifelong lesson for people struggling with chronic illnesses, not only depression, but like chronic illness, disabilities, chronic fatigue, depression, anxiety, anything that takes away your energy. You learn with the years, and you will continue to learn. Where do you put that energy? Where do you spend your time? Who do you spend your time with? For how long you can spend your time with that people, or like when it's appropriate to stop. It's a never-ending learning process. But the I think the strongest I think one of my strengths, if I should say so, because I don't feel like I'm a strong person, and I am so weak. But one of my strengths is that I am so self-aware. Even when people don't tell, like when people are too polite to tell me something they should tell me, but they just don't wanna because they're just being polite, I can pick it up. And I know when to pack up my shit and go, if you know what I mean. Like, so it's I don't take anybody for granted. And the worst that I have is this mindset that anyone can abandon you at any time,
Oh yes,
There you go.
absolutely.
even
Yep.
your parents.
Yeah,
I-
your parents.
Yeah.
I was married
Partner,
21 years.
friends.
Yeah, I was married 21 years, and my wife just left. Boom, gone.
Yeah, people come and go, and
Yep.
you learn with the years. And I have learned this long ago, but it's I get constant reminders that people come, people go, and it should never be taken as personal, because like you don't put your self-worth in place of other people. Your self-worth is yours to keep. Whoever comes, whoever goes. But it's easier said than done sometimes. So you have to be, at least I am very, very extremely sometimes introspective, and I overanalyze everything, which is not healthy for depression. So I have my
Oh,
flaws. I
yeah.
have a lot of flaws, but I also take it as a strength, because now that I am using online platforms as a professional,
Mhm.
if you want to be a professional artist, you should not, and I have made this mistake, but you should not get involved in like drama and stuff and getting ranty. I know that some artists do the rant. It's okay, and there are some places, some time and space, and some circumstances where you can rant, because it's something worth a rant. But it's a double-edged sword. So like where I'm going with this, as a professional, if I want to be, no, Andrew, that's not a hit at you. No, you can, no, you rant all you want. That I was not talking about you.
Well, I know that. I'm just laughing because I go on a rant on almost everything.
But actually, no,
Yeah,
exactly, no,
it's
but
good. It's good, brother. It's good.
it's
I like your stuff.
actually what I'm seeing. Your rants are with a purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
And some people can, for them to do a rant, they can withstand it, or they can, whereas maybe you doing a rant maybe is just not so good for your mental health.
Yeah, not so good for my mental health. And for look, well, what I have to remind myself is, for example, Andrew, you are so multifaceted and you talk about so many topics that your rants have value because you're an activist of disabled communities, of Native American communities, of
Veterans and yeah.
yeah, you are an activist. You can be vocal because your space, you have created your space, your time and place to do such a thing. Me, for example, as a writer, I have to be very cautious with where and how and when and for how long I rant, because people don't give a woof about whatever I feel. They want my work, they want my writing, they want my content. They honestly, they don't give a about me as of right now because I am a piece of nobody. And this is not low self-esteem. This is a reality. When you start, you are no one, and you have to earn people's affection, care.
That's
So
kind of why I've got that challenge going, is because you might feel like you're low and not worth anything, but by sharing your story, getting that
mhm,
out there, the more you build a relationship and a connection with your audience, the more they get to know you, the more they're going to like you, the more they're going to trust you. And that's why
yes,
doing Lita has helped me out so much, because I went from being that depressed, anxious, low energy person on camera to where now I can literally go ballistic on my content, and I don't care. Either you're going to like me for me or you're not. And if you don't, well, fine, hit the bricks. I don't care. The numbers don't matter to me. What matters to me is that those that connect with me are there to be able to support me, because I'm there to support them. And that's why I started the Bullitto challenge,
Yeah,
because
mhm,
and
it's
Bullitto
a
means
way.
blind live streaming every day in October, where we live stream, we answer prompt questions every day, and it could be as short or as long as you want, in a private Facebook group.
yes,
It's a
yeah,
safe place.
Yep,
it
and
is.
we have a few people in there that are sighted participating too, because I wanted to make it so it was open
Yes.
for everybody.
Awesome.
But I made sure that it was very clear that you are going to be respectful of everybody in this challenge, or I'll
Yes.
kick your ass right the hell out, because I am
Yes.
zero tolerance for disrespect and hate speech and bullying. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, it's very appreciated what you're doing because it's incredible. I'm not taking part because I am releasing a short story at the end of this month and I don't have the
Well,
time.
just
But
just
I
so
can
you know, I gave you
uh-huh.
a shout out in my challenge yesterday, because when you asked about being able to hide yourself on camera because you didn't
Mhm.
want it, I actually did tutorials, one on mobile and one on computer. That way, anybody in the challenge, you don't want to be on video? Fine. You can do just audio, and now
You
you
can do just
can.
audio.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try and catch up. Let's see if I can. My thing doesn't have to be too long. You said it could be a very
Yeah,
short.
yeah,
No,
yeah, 3 to
most of
5
that,
As
minutes or
long as
longer,
you
or
want.
as
yeah,
long as you want.
Okay.
is-
I
yeah.
will try to I will try to organize my life a little bit and make a space for that because I'm very
That would be
much interested.
great.
Thing is, so back to what I was saying, like being a professional dealing with mental health is
Hmm.
you as an artist. I'm going to talk about artistry because like we are very different and our content is different, but like when you're an artist and you're trying to build up a career from the ground, you should never ever ever let your personal shenanigans get in the way of your career. It's a very hard balance, but I think it's healthier because it gives a boundary. Like your fans who read your stories don't have to know about whatever is happening behind closed doors. They just want your books or stories or poems or whatever. They at the moment they don't give a shit. So
Mhm.
so it's like it's just a matter of being very honest about where you stand, where you want to go, and how you're going to get there. And that requires a lot of introspection, requires a lot of patience, but an extreme amount of patience. inhumane sometimes how much patience is demanded from artists. It's incredible. You have to like there is where I want to put my stamina on the little that I have. So this is why people say I'm cold, people say whatever when I start like walking away from people and spaces. No, I'm just trying to administrate my very little amount of stamina that I have. But that's just really it. So it's a struggle because not everyone is going to understand that what you're going through, because everyone is different. So if people don't have the empathy to at least try to understand, like, hey, this girl really has no stamina, she really don't, like, she's doing what she can. If they don't get it, it's just time to part ways, you know. It's the best we can do. So like amicably parting ways and like just communicating in a stable way, as stable as you can. Like everyone around here, except for me though, I'm an alien, but everyone around here is human. Okay, the alien is just branding. I'm an alien. Yeah, but yeah, I struggle with it. I think I will never, like Paul said in his discussion, some people want to get well, but they just can't. And I am one of those who will try everything in her control to get better and to do the best possible. But I know that depression is just going to be like a cloud over my head, maybe until I die. Who knows? It is what it is. It requires lots of acceptance and grief processing, but you can still live. You can still go. And until I can pay my meds someday, I will continue to struggle.
And we do have Jordan. What's his last name? Jordan. He's from Ireland.
Mahoney.
Jordan Mahoney, the Blind World, and he does want to come up on panel, so he'll be coming up on panel.
Come on up.
So we're
Come
waiting.
on up.
Yes, we're waiting for him to come up in panel. And we did have some comments in the chat from Danny McKenna, is that his name? Where
Yes.
he said, yes, you can't if you isolate too long, that makes it harder to open up or something like that. But then, you know, we have a difference of opinion where Lisa said, no, sometimes you want to be left alone.
You really do want to be left alone sometimes, especially when, okay, I'm going to go I'm going to try not to mention the word because YouTube censorship and stuff like that. So I'm not going to do that. But like, I struggle with something that a lot of people struggle with, which is still taboo this day. It's the word starts with S, and it's very horrible, not only for the person, but for the people around the person. I suppose you guys already know what I mean. It has to do with death. So I struggle with that too.
Been there, done that, multiple attempts. And I'm
Multiple times. I struggle with this. I will always struggle with this. If I am hit by a crisis of any kind, my first resort is like, oh, maybe I should. Now is the time. Finally, my time has come. I should, you know, and my brain just sorts to that immediately when I'm hitting a crisis. But since I know this, and since I know that I'm hitting a crisis, what I try to do now is, first of all, reach out to my mom and my dad, my adoptive parents. I'm not talking the abandoned, neglectful parents are another story for another day, but my adoptive parents are extremely supportive. I love them with all my heart. I am alive because of them. This is the main reason why I'm here. When they are gone from the world, I don't know what's going to be of me. I don't know. I'm just being extremely sincere in this discussion. But as professional as I can be, I'm just exposing what people don't usually hear from me because, like, you know, I'm an artist. No one cares. But here, this is the topic and discussion. So this is why I talk about it. So apart from my parents, what I do is, like, I reach out. I say, I feel like this is it. This is my time. I should, you know, I go into those darker spaces, but I go with them because it's the safest thing to do. I don't have the trust in other people, and I thought I did for a while, but nah, not really. I haven't found that people apart from my parents yet. Not yet, at least not this time of my life. I cannot really trust anybody with this. Not yet.
Oh, can I interrupt you for a minute, please? Jordan Mahoney, are you having a problem getting up here? Because I put the link in. Are you having? Yes,
Jordan?
I have. Yes, I could put it in again. Jordan Mahoney, I have put in the link already, but I'll put it in again.
The link is in the chat.
Yes, yes.
You know, I think as far as trust goes, I think the number one thing is that you got to trust yourself.
Yes, definitely. Trust yourself first, and then
Because when S hits the fan, all you have is you. You know what I mean?
yeah, definitely, absolutely, I agree. So like when I get into those spaces, when I am hit by a crisis, so this is why I'm talking about it. So hopefully it can help someone in some way. What I do, my process of dealing with things is, first of all, what is the crisis? What is causing you to go to that dark space? What is causing you to go restless? What is the main, find the root of the problem. Once you find it, treat it immediately. If it's a person that is causing you harm, communicate with the person or walk away, depending on the the communication level that you have with this person.
Right. I mean, that it's simple as that, but sometimes people can't let go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
that's the other
you
thing.
don't
Let
need
go.
toxic people in your life. That's
Exactly. You just move on. But easier said than done. But I have that skill. It is one of my strong suits. Is I can and I do walk away. Sometimes amicably we can communicate. When people are in the same mind frequency, we can just communicate and say, hey, look, I find this and this and that is inappropriate, or like I feel that I should blah 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 for this, and like clear and clear and honest communication, and then you can part ways. I had to do that with a friend who was very willing.
Okay. Now we have. Let me check.
Yeah,
we have somebody who wants to come up here. Let's.
right.
Okay. Yes, Jordan. Hello, Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
hello, Jordan.
Welcome on board.
Welcome.
Hi. Hello, Jordan. Can you hear us?
Internet problems, perhaps.
Oh, you know what? He's probably muted.
No, he's not.
Sometimes when I click on the link, there's another task that has to be done, where we have to click on the mic or something and turn
There you go.
Out.
He's out.
There you go. Hey.
Wait, but he's still in the backstage. He's okay. Now I can
Right.
see him. It's not a black. Hi, Jordan.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
He's coming to us from Ireland.
Nice.
Very nice to
That's-
meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Lisa, my girlfriend, she wants to go to Ireland.
And Jordan has been resonating a lot with what's been spoken on the chat. So,
Well,
do you want to go ahead, Jordan, share with us?
very glad to hear that my ramblings have been resonating. Thank you.
No problem. And they have. So I definitely resonate with you guys because in terms of what the stream was meant today, with mental health and depression, as a blind person, I've actually gone through that in my own life. And
And is it's something you struggle with throughout your life?
well, in the beginning, I was okay because not many people know this about me, but I was originally sighted because the condition I have, which is Bullitto syndrome, which some of the side effects, it doesn't just include blindness or visual impairment. It can also include diabetes. It can also include autism, which is what what's the name of my autism again? Asperger's syndrome. So looking at
Asperger's syndrome. Yes.
looking at me when you see me use a long cane and whatnot, you wouldn't like when you say you talk about the topic of invisible disability, you wouldn't realize that I have autism because in the spectrum, the fact that some people or some children have it, where they like for the mindset, you wouldn't assume by talking with me that autism, and because the fact that I would come off as able, but
Your Wi-Fi is cutting. You're
I
you're
do
having
have.
some
Yeah, he's cutting
yeah.
out. It's hard. It's really hard to hear.
Jordan, it's really hard to hear you. You're
Uh,
cutting in and out. I would suggest leaving and coming back.
Yeah, it's the microphone.
It's
Oh,
the
it's the
microphone.
microphone?
Yeah, it's not the connection. It seems to be the microphone.
Oh, okay.
So,
Right.
Are you
Yeah, see.
using a headset?
You're using yeah.
I'm not using a headset. I'm using an iPhone. The microphone.
Okay, so what you gotta do is like if you're using the inbuilt microphone, you just have to put the phone somewhere stable, like on a tabletop, and just leave it there. Don't hold it. We don't you don't have to worry about the visuals. Just like so the microphone is clear.
Okay. How's that?
Much better.
So far, better. If you talk a little longer, we can tell whether you start breaking up or not.
Well, you had some very interesting things to say, Jordan, and we only got half of it.
Well, that's
yeah,
good to
me,
know.
it sounds like the connection.
Yeah, it is a connection.
Right.
Well, maybe you can just go back out and come back in.
How's it? Okay.
Okay. Okay. Could you say something, Jordan, so we can say?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what the problem is here. So I'm just using my.
Sometimes trying to use a phone too, it'll get when they get hot because they're not made for live streaming. Those processors, they get hot. When they start getting hot like that, then they start breaking up like they're doing there, and eventually he'll drop off.
Yeah. So sad you're getting technical difficulties because like what you
I
were
have the
saying was
same
very
problem
interesting.
when I try to use my phone, and the only time I use my phone is if Lisa's not around. I can get on a stream with my phone, but on the laptop I need help. So right now I'm on the laptop. So yeah, I don't know, Jordan. You got a laptop? You can try to come in that way.
Yeah, I mainly use iPhone. I don't have laptop or computer.
Well, wait. Maybe while he's doing that, Andrew could share with us.
Right. Let's see. When I was younger, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, which is swapping back from emotions. I can fly off the handle real quick. And 1 minute I can be angry, next minute I can be ball of nerves. Next minute, I can be like super anxious, and I've got severe depression and anxiety, and uh, I've been medicating since I was a child for it. First, I started out on all the different pills, packs of Wellbutrin, and all kinds of crap, and now I do a more natural medication, which I won't say on here thanks to YouTube being the way that they are, but um, that's been one of my primary ways of dealing with my eye disease as well as with my depression and stuff. And then my other way of dealing with my depression and anxiety is through my artwork, whether it's painting, woodworking. I love crafting in general. And that's been one of my outlets to be able to deal with my depression and stuff is to create instead of sitting around and beating myself up. The older I've gotten, the more I've gotten into creating things, whether it's painting for an hour or woodworking for a couple hours, working on stonework, creating music. I do all kinds of stuff to deal with my depression and anxiety. And as of more recently, me doing my content on Consult a Blind Guy has been another outlet for me in getting over my depression and anxiety because now I'm sharing more of my personal story and getting things off my chest, whereas before I would hold a lot of it in. And that's one reason that I'm so thankful for the Lita Challenge and being able to host the Bullitto Challenge is because I'm sharing more now than I've ever have prior to doing these challenges. I would hold everything in and second guess myself and overanalyze absolutely everything. And I still overanalyze everything, but now I have more of an outlet because I've made so many friends like Diana and Paul and Dale and everybody else that was in the Lita Challenge with us because I broke down quite a few times doing those challenges, sharing as much as I have.
There were a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and when it was all over, we became
Strangers.
family. It was,
Yeah.
yeah, this challenge is really good, Del. You know, it really makes you understand who you are as a person and where are you going in your life.
No. Paul, I know who I am. What I struggle is, can I share who I am with people? Because
Oh well, yeah, this challenge would be good for that too.
I don't know.
And then, well, the thing is that this is a small group, and it's very supportive and small.
Yeah,
compared
it's
to when
not
we did Lita.
plastered all over.
When we did Lita in August, it was 500 people, and you get lost.
Yeah.
You feel like, oh, look at all those people. They get all likes, and they're getting so much attention. Whereas everybody's getting pretty much equal attention, and everybody, it's a small.
Diana, no, I don't care about attention. No.
Oh, okay.
No, Diana. I don't look. Okay.
Well, that could be. I could use another word for that too.
Yeah. No. Okay. I will have to clarify because I sound like what? But you're an artist. Yes. I want my work to have attention, not me.
Well,
My
that's
work.
that's part of what it's all about. It's about your content, or you know what you're passionate about, your business, that type of thing. A lot of businessmen take this challenge too to better themselves.
Businessmen.
Yeah, a lot of businessmen. So it's not just foo-foo stuff. It's, you know, go get them, you know, reality stuff to make you go forward and understand who you really, really are inside. You do a lot of soul searching with some of these questions and missions. And then when you express it to a small group that's supportive, mind you, you take that next level step, and then you know you find out what you're truly passionate about and what your content is, and you make that into your direction in life. So obviously you're a writer. I understand. I've watched a couple of your videos that you sometimes feel you struggle as a writer thinking are you good enough? Well, this challenge
Yeah.
will answer that question for you.
I don't know how the
What is-
challenge would be.
Answering that question, I kind of don't know that, because I struggle with the same thing. Like, oh, am I good enough as an artist to make it in the art world or whatever? And
Here.
so no, but that's only one of the things that I was doing, because I make YouTube content. So being a YouTube content creator is also one of my goals, not just being an artist. So it's being an artist on YouTube, which is different than being artist in the art world.
Yeah.
So being artist, but doing my art content on YouTube, it's helping. It does help with that, but not having to. Well, yeah, it helps more with that than helping with the fact, well, am I good enough for the art world? And I don't know.
Exactly. So like the am I good enough is going to be only when you start to see that your work, your art, your books, your whatever it is that you're putting out as an artist, when you start seeing profitable, I would say, not only profitable, but like that people resonate with it, even if it's just two people who read your book, but the two people who read your book resonate with it and they found it, they
the
connected with it.
trust factor. That's the whole purpose of the challenge, is to know, like, and trust. Because if you make it so that they can know you in your content, they can trust you in your content, and then they like you for you being you, for what you're doing. Like, for instance, I've still got my notes open for today's challenge. So I want to read this to you so you have an idea of what today's mission is for us. We all have that dream that we're afraid to speak out loud. Now is your chance to take action on your dream, to keep part of you in your content and be your best self. What is your dream? Speak it out loud. Question 1, what do you want to do? Question 2, what do you want to be? Question 3, what do you want to accomplish? And scroll down here.
I think there was one question on there is what do you want to, what's holding you back to accomplish?
What's holding you back?
Question 4, why do I not act on these dreams? What prevents me from sharing them and going after my dreams? What is your biggest dream, goal, or desire? That is today's mission. Because after this first week, we take what we've learned about ourselves and then we start implementing it into our content. Because we all have that unique gift to be able to share to help out our community. Because it's about learning about ourselves to be able to improve our content, to be able to do what we want to do. Like you were saying, I'm an activist. Well, I might have been a vocal activist before, but now that I've done this challenge for Lita, now I'm even more vocal. I'm to the point now I don't give a hell what anybody thinks about me. I'm doing what I want to do because it's what I'm passionate about. And
But do you want to grow an audience?
I don't care if I grow an audience.
As artists, we have to. That's a reality, and this is why I have been told.
Artist, but I don't care about the numbers. It's not about the numbers.
No, I agree with you.
He's on the quality end of things.
Right. Yeah. It's about that small niche group. You're being an author. Well, instead of having, like you said a minute ago, you want those couple people that read your book to like you for that. That's it. You don't care if you get the 1,000 people to buy it. And that's the purpose of the challenge.
Got it.
It's about developing your super fans. Instead of going, okay, well, I've got 100,000 subscribers and 25 of them interact with me. Fuck them.
Mhm.
I don't care if I've got 100,000 subscribers.
I like
want the
I like
ones
your
that are
mind.
gonna sit here and actually listen to me for me, not the, oh well, I like what you're saying today. And then
I love
take
you,
off.
Andrew.
You know, that's the whole purpose of the challenge is you're gonna either like me for me, or you can kick rocks, walk down the road, because I don't care.
Yeah.
Just plain and simple. You're either
Mhm.
gonna like me for who I
Mhm.
am
Yeah.
and what I have to say and what value I give you, or you're not. And if you
Mhm.
don't, I don't care, because those that do are the ones that are going to stick with you and stay with you and support you and encourage you to keep going forward. Like Diana and Paul. They, if they wouldn't have been in that Lita challenge, I probably wouldn't have completed that challenge because I was the only blind person there. But
Mhm.
as soon as I seen I had support there, even though it was only 2 people, I felt that much more relief because I had similar people with me in that challenge. Had they only, if they wouldn't have been there and I would have been the only blind person in a freaking group of 560 people, I wouldn't have opened up. I wouldn't have shared my story. I would have sat there probably the first week, like a couple people in my challenge already have, and said, you know what? Screw this. I'm out. I'm not sharing with you because you're all a bunch of sighted people, and the first thing you're going to do is judge me.
Uh-huh.
You're not going to listen. Whereas
But
having
but they
Paul
did,
there,
didn't they?
yes, they
They
did.
did.
They
They did
resonated
big
with
time.
what I
You
had
know,
to say.
he made an explosion in Lita. He really did.
Yeah, I got the award at the end for
Yeah.
being the most alter ego, my alter ego, because I shared my native side, my warrior side.
Mhm.
And when people heard some like I had to do a day where we implemented some of our content from here on YouTube. And I chose, because of being in a group of primarily sighted people, I took my video of here's 10 questions for the sighted community from the blind community.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Why do you behave this way? Why do you think this way about us? And I actually got responses from them, and it opened a lot of eyes because they're like, wow, I never thought of it that way. So
I
that's
think some
why.
of
And
them,
I've been on
some
both
of them
sides of
had
the
big.
fence.
Some
I
of
was
them,
totally sighted with normal vision all the way up to my early 40s.
yeah.
Right. You know, and a lot of people in that challenge, they have a whole new perspective of what it's like to be in the visually impaired community, because I dropped that knowledge on them of this is how we feel. We want to know what the hell you think about us and why you think that way, because now we're going to break these stereotypes. We're going to break these misconceptions that you in the sighted community always put on us. Well, you're blind. Why aren't you working with a cane? Why aren't you wearing sunglasses? Why don't you allow us to pet your guide dog? You know, for instance, the one that I know a lot of people were not expecting is, would you marry or date a blind person? Or if you are with somebody and they become blind, like Paul's situation, are you going to get up and say, fuck you, and walk out the door
Yeah.
because he just became blind?
Mm.
And there was a lot of people that are like, people really do that? And it's like, yeah,
Yeah, people really do. I mean, that's what I expect from people.
right. And
Yeah.
that's why I put those questions out there, because that's what I expect from a lot of people, is to be like, oh, well, you're blind, I'm not going to be with you. Or to be in, like in Paul's situation, okay, I'm married and now I have this issue. Are you going to get up and walk out? And
Yeah.
like his wife did, that's what I have expected from a lot of people. And by sharing those stories with people like that, they now understand a lot more of our challenges. And that's why I was so proud to be asked to do this challenge, to host it for our community, because now I have that more outspokenness than I used to. I would go on my rant before, but now I really go on a rant. way worse than I would have prior to doing these challenges, because now
It makes you
understand.
stronger, the whole challenge. Yep.
Yeah, it does. It builds your confidence, it builds your self-esteem. It gives you that knowledge that you need deep down to have that recognition of yourself, and not worry so much about, am I getting 1,000 subscribers? Am I hitting the 4,000 watch hour mark to get monetization? Am I getting a subscriber every day? Because the numbers aren't important. What's important is creating the connection with people that are actually going to support you, rather than, oh, I want your book today, but I don't care if I ever see another one in the future. Whereas, I got your book today. I love your book today. When the hell is your next one coming out? Because I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it. Instead of, oh, cool. I got your first book, but I resonate with it a little bit, but I'm not going to buy your next one because, well, I really don't care. Whereas you could, like your book that I was talking with you about in our chat, I'm waiting for that fucking book. I want it. I don't
hope,
care.
I hope,
Oh, I think Jordan has rejoined us. Let's see.
Hi, Jordan.
Okay.
And
Okay.
sorry for the language, but
Hi, Jordan.
that's my energy. When you started talking about having that connection with me, it was like, ooh, can't wait. When's Dale's book coming out? Because I want a copy, damn it, and I want it to be signed too.
Oh, I'll make sure it's signed. I will mention principally you in my acknowledgements, because like that particular topic had me crying for months. We had a discussion on like dream catchers because of symbolism in my book. So a lot of people in the writing community, a lot of people are like, "This is not your story to tell. If you are not blind, you cannot write a blind character." I'm like, "Fuck, you can." If you do it with respect, but there is that narrative going on that if you are not of this or that background, you cannot absolutely possibly even mention anything from that culture because it's not your place, blah 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 blah. Fuck off. And yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
and then I
That's
was
why I
like,
did the Bullitto challenge, because that's
That's
the
why I
mindset
connected
I
with
want
you.
you to have.
that's why I connected with Andrew that, hey, look, I have, and it's super minor. It's a minor character. It's not the protagonist. So I had to explain to Andrew the whole thing that the character is not the protagonist. It's in the background, but the little that it's mentioned, I want it to be mentioned, and I want it to be clear that the character is Native American and the first Native American in space, and like it's a big deal, and like she's amazing at what she does and blah blah blah. So the thing is that she gives a dream catcher to the main character as a gift. And so the cover sketch of my book, the sci-fi novel that I want to publish at some point in my life, the cover sketch, the little sketch that I designed, like, okay, this is the cover that I envision. It's not going to be the same, but my sketch, for when professionals take it and do something with it. But this is what I see. It has a little dream catcher. And people were flustered, like, why do you do that's not your story to tell, blah blah blah. I'm like, you haven't even read the book. You don't even know why I have a dream catcher in there.
Yeah.
So like, but honestly, I listened to advice from everybody because they might have a point. So the first thing I did was like, Andrew, I have a consultation. And that's we connected more. Because
And you wanted to get a native point of
Jordan
view.
is here. Can we see if Jordan, can we hear
Can we
you?
hear you?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay, Jordan,
Yeah.
maybe you're not going to break up now.
Yeah, because I have my phone weight on my bed.
Okay, maybe it'll be improved. Maybe the audio is going to be improved. Because maybe he could go back. He wanted to share something about what he wanted to share something, Jordan.
I have a question. Who's writing sci-fi?
Me.
That
Dal.
would be Dale.
That's
No.
Del Cecil Runow. That's her name, Del Cecil Runow. So, there you go. That's Del Cecil Runow, our writer here. She mainly writes
whatever.
sci-fi, right? Sci-fi.
I mainly write sci-fi, yes, but that's for my sci-fi novel, so like a big book, big books,
Yeah,
full
yeah.
length. In my short stories, I like to go into different directions. So I have a sci-fi short story that's audio format on my YouTube channel. That is part of an audio anthology on YouTube. It's such an interesting project. Amazing to take part in it. And so that one is a sci-fi. You can find it on my channel. It's like the first thing you're gonna see because I've set it up as a trailer. That's my short story there. But I like to go in different directions with my short content, like short form stories. I have a thriller coming out this Halloween. So, and I already have published a short story that's a romance in a disability and romance anthology. So I like to go in different directions with my short forms, but my books are going to be primarily sci-fi. At least I hope so.
No.
Okay. Ireland is known for its writers. Do you write, Jordan? Is Jordan there? Hello, Ability Mom of 2 Vlogs.
Oh,
Hi, Leah.
hey, Leah, how you doing?
I'll put the link in case you want to come up here, Leah.
Yeah, come on up.
I love that girl.
Yeah,
He loved what?
Leah.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Dal, when you do these short stories or the novel, is it hard or difficult to try to make it on audio?
It's difficult because of the audio quality. Because like the audio short story that I took part of, it was perfectly okay to narrate it yourself because it's an like the writers community YouTube audio anthology thing.
Okay,
like,
so it was a recording of you reading your own book.
yes.
Okay,
It was, and yes, it was a little difficult because I have to look at the text and
Yeah.
try to speak into the microphone in the right position instead of like having the phone here and like trying to really, you see the quality goes.
Yes.
So so it's difficult, and I had to use the big the text on my laptop with the magnifier zoom window and like very big setting, and just go through it with the magnifier and my mouth in the microphone like what you're hearing now. So it was challenging. I did flop a few times. I had to record 3 times and also clean up the
Oh, so you did make it audio.
yeah, I did.
Oh,
No, wait, hang on. The sci-fi short story that was part of that anthology that it's on my channel, blah blah blah. Yes, that one is audio. I wanted to do the thriller in audio, and I requested some collaborations because I need another narrator because there are 2 main characters. So that was challenging for me. And I requested someone to collaborate with me, but life is life, and the person doesn't have the time. So basically, I haven't made the official announcement yet, but I am foreseeing that the audio is going to be canceled or postponed. So the release this Halloween is, I think, I foresee it's just going to be digital format, so ebook. That you can read with a screen reader.
Okay.
But the audio, it's going to be postponed or canceled.
I was just curious, what's the procedure for a writer to, transform their book to audio?
Okay, I'm gonna. There are many videos about that on YouTube, but if you're interested, I'm gonna make one about my experience with the audiobook anthology thing that I just did on YouTube, and I can put the link, and I can also guide you to other like more professional, like when you do like a professional full-length audiobook, there is another procedure. You have to invest money that I don't have. So so that's different, and you have to go through a website that is called ACX. I think it's primarily in the US, and I am not in the US, so that's another hiccup. But like I can I'm so grateful that people want to hear about these things. Okay, I'm gonna make content about it. Forget about it. I'm that's coming on my channel, coming soon.
Why, do you need somebody to do
Awesome.
your narration? Is that what you need?
What?
What, do you need somebody to do your audio portion for you?
The thriller that I wanted to publish in audio on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I needed another person because it's a story that has two main characters that narrate different parts,
Mhm.
and one is a dude. So like, I was not gonna do that. So I just bleh. And
Well, you got another blind guy right here.
you don't have a British accent.
Well,
So
we do have British people within our community who would probably love to help out.
okay, but we can look it up and maybe we can release the project later. Because like the person I had is just not having it. No, doesn't have the time, and is just being too polite to say so. But
Yeah.
the
I just noticed that there are a lot of books every day, but not
Mhm.
many of them are in audio, or they don't
Yeah,
come to audio till years later.
yeah.
So I'm curious about the process, how difficult and
This is
expensive.
why it's very expensive. If you want to do it the professional way, that's why I was looking for more DIY collaboration projects with some potential
Right.
narrators that are building up their portfolio, that's starting over, but they have the talent. So I was looking for that, but life happens, and the person doesn't have the time and is too polite to say so. So this is what I was talking about, also about professionalism. You just learn to walk away and like, okay, I think I will just have to cancel my projects.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's just normal.
Yeah.
No problem about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're and I'm so happy to hear that you're interested. The professional audiobook making is super expensive. I think Molly Burke had her process of making a professional audiobook, blah blah blah. But she's a celebrity, so her process is different than an artist that is starting over. Oh my god, I'm gonna make a okay. Sorry for hijacking this conversation, but like, oh my.
I inspired you.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a video about this. Thank you so much.
I just noticed. I'm curious because I just noticed that we miss out on a lot of books because some of them are not audio.
Yeah. Or what you can do, and this is, I mean, it's not the same, but like if you're interested in books and you want to read more as a blind person, what you can do, and this is for everyone in the panel and in the chat, this is not going to be the same and as lovely and nice as an audiobook with a human voice. But you can definitely, Kindle has support for screen readers, and you can you can read ebooks with a screen reader. It's a robot. It sounds like this, and it text like a robotic voice that sounds like this. But yeah, I mean, but you can still read it.
Or Paul, you don't belong to the Carnegie Library for the Blind, which is national.
You know what? I'm not sure if I signed up for that or not. But a lot of what they have is not any of my interests. I wanted current books.
No, I think they got current books. They got a really wide range of stuff.
Really? Okay, I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, you got the National Library Service that you can get audiobooks from, or even Audible. I just got Audible.
Yeah, Audible's good.
That's freaking awesome. I just went through Pat Flynn's book this past week. I just went through Rich Dad Poor Dad the other day. Now I've got another variant of Rich Dad Poor Dad to go through. And
I am currently mesmerized with this beautiful Icelandic author. Both, actually. I have two authors and 3 books that I have been reading. One of the first author is called Sjón, and he's a fiction
Hi,
author.
Jordan, again. Welcome back.
Hi, Jordan. Sorry, I get distracted. But yeah, Sjón is an Icelandic author of fiction and poetry. And the books are amazing, short, so you can read them in like one evening. It's very short, but very rich. It's unbelievably good. I love Shion. I'm his fan already. I'm already fangirling about his literature. Is incredible. And the other book that I'm currently reading, which is a very long one, it's okay, not very long, but like a full length size novel, but it's non-fiction, is called On Time and Water by Andri Snær Magnusson. So another Icelandic author, and it's talking about climate change from the perspective of an Icelandic citizen, and he combines mythology with science and multicultural ancestry and heritage, and like it's unbelievable. This book has me fangirling. I have to shout it to the four winds that Andri Snær, he's a master of the craft. I don't really read nonfiction. I don't like self-help because I find it's a lot of blogs most of the time. But this one is about climate change and like the importance of ocean acidification, and like it's so many. I write science fiction. I have to read these things, and coming from an Icelandic author with the Icelandic perspective, being that I am a writer who focuses a lot on writing fiction set in Iceland, I think this is what I needed, and I am so thankful that he translated his work to English. But how are you reading that with an ebook and a screen reader?
Sorry, I'm typing out a comment to somebody. So I don't know. Maybe we're gonna wind. Hi, Jordan. Oh, maybe is your audio better? His pic. We can see his picture, but he's not. Well, he's not answering. I don't know. We can't hear. You might be muted. We cannot hear you, Jordan.
It's not muted.
Okay.
I was looking for you, Leah, online last night. I was celebrating my birthday yesterday.
Yeah, Leah was streaming last night. It was very interesting.
Was she? I didn't see it on her channel. I was looking. I didn't.
She had some technical difficulties at the end, but she had a stream last night. It was very interesting. So thank you, Leah, for all the things you shared last night. It was very nice.
I missed it.
You can catch the replay.
Oh, because last night when I got home, after I looked at the restaurant, nothing. And then when we got home, I looked again and I didn't see anything in her videos. So I didn't check today. So maybe I should check before I open my mouth, right?
You will find something, unless the stream was taken down, because I mean I was there live, so I don't know if the stream was taken down afterwards, or I don't know. But
yeah, I didn't get the notification until late. Unfortunately, that's the downfall with YouTube sometimes, is you could go live and it'd be 20 minutes in before I'll get a notification, or even longer. I hate that.
What do you hate, Andrew?
YouTube.
Getting the notifications too late.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes they'll give it to you. Okay, you're like Diana will be going live in 30 minutes. And it's like, cool. So you either click on that one right away and go into it, or be sitting there waiting for it to tell you, okay, Diana's live. And then I'll be sitting there going, da 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 da. And it'll be like 20 minutes into the stream before I actually get notified that she's live. Just like Leah last night with her stream.
That's not a problem, because
I never got the notification until like 11:30.
20 minutes late's not too bad, because my streams are 2 hours long.
Yeah. But you know, like when I'm sitting there and I don't know that you're going to go live, for instance, I'm off doing my own thing, and then you go live and it's like 20 minutes, half an hour or longer before I get an actual notification stating, hey, Diana's going live.
This is
why all my lives are scheduled. I'm not
exactly.
Lately, I'm not doing any impromptu. I'm not doing any impromptu lives recently.
No, and that I have a advice for that. I have advice for that. Precisely what Diana is doing is stellar, because like since we have all these notification glitches and bots, and YouTube is oversaturated because quarantine and everybody and their grandmother are streaming, what we have to do is schedule, like, okay, like what I do, for example, or what Diana does is like I stream every Wednesday religiously, unless I am dying or something. But every Wednesday, religiously at 2 p.m. Eastern, you're going to have a stream from me dedicated to writers or productivity sprints. You know, like you have a countdown
Right.
timer to do what you had to do. You know, you have seen it. So
Yeah,
religiously,
with
that's
me.
the stream. You have the stream every Wednesday at 2 p.m. No changing schedule, no whatever. Unless I'm dying, if I or like the case of the audiobook anthology that I was doing, I was so busy I had to cancel my stream. So it has to be extreme for me to cancel, but
Mhm.
religiously every Wednesday. So yeah.
Same with
I,
me.
you know, I need to understand more about
Same with Andrew. He's all scheduled.
you need to help us explain the sprints and what is the purpose of sprints.
Okay,
the purpose,
the purpose of sprints. Okay, so the writing community is very big on like productivity because we're writers. You know, maybe we don't have much time, or it's a technique that a lot of people use. I don't, but I like to provide it for people who use it. So the sprints are, so I open my stream, hello everybody, blah blah blah. I introduce myself for people who might be new to my channel, blah blah blah. And then if I have co-hosts, they introduce themselves, we say hello to the chat, maybe we talk about some topic that we're going to have for the day, or we have it open, whatever. And so we decide, okay, I think it's time to go on our first sprint. So what is a sprint?
it's
I share a screen. I share a YouTube countdown timer that I create. Usually is one that I created myself.
Mhm.
So I share on the screen of the StreamYard, I share a countdown timer. And that timer means that in this amount of time, you're going to be working on your story or editing or graphic design for your book cover or promotional graphics or whatever it is. But like you have this chunk of time, say 15 minutes, to just work it. Some people use it for cleaning the house. Some people use it for chores. So because of the time of day, some people are doing different things. But like you have like the Pomodoro technique, but but instead of just 25 minutes, we can have 15 or 20 depending on what the chat wants. So during that countdown timer, you probably don't hear anything, or you hear like a background music thing. People are working on their things or chatting in the chat if they want to chill. No problem, you can also chill in the chat. You don't have to work if you don't want to. I'm thankful that you visit my streams at all, so that's also, you can just chat, but people are usually working on their thing.
Right, yeah. So there's a little dead time there.
Yeah.
But my question is, when you guys are done with the sprint and
We
you guys rejoin everybody,
yeah, we come back and
but you guys don't talk about what you guys written. I
yeah,
don't.
we do and we don't. It depends if you want to share.
Yeah, it would be interesting. To me, it makes more sense to talk about what you were writing. Like, how far did you get in these 15 minutes? What did you
I
write?
don't. Okay, what I have to explain to you is I don't sprint myself because I when I go on writing sessions, I don't do 15 minutes or 20 and come back. That technique doesn't really work for my process.
Right.
So I do it mostly for the people,
Okay.
not for me. When I am writing, okay, I frequent everybody's stream if I can find it, if YouTube tells me, if I have the stamina, if I have the energy. I am everywhere. I want to support as many people as I can because I believe in all the writers in the community and blah 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 blah. I want to be everywhere and supportive. But if I don't, it means it could be three options. Option one, Dal is actually writing, because when I write, I go for hours and hours. It's like isolated writing. That's what works for me. Option two, like what I was doing last night, that this is why I didn't see your birthday. I was all day reading Andres Schneider Magnusson's book On Time and Water. So option two, Dal is reading. Option three, Dal is sleeping. depression, again, going back to the topic of depression a little bit, I struggle with a problem with sleep patterns. I never know when exactly am I going to sleep. So those are the three options of Dal is not on social media and Dal is not coming to my streams, or what happened to Dal, blah, blah, blah. It's one of the three. She might be writing, she might be reading, she might be sleeping. But and also, like I said, where I put the little energy that I have, I have to administrate it. So, but I do provide the sprints for people who work in this sprinting technique. So when we come back, I focus on whatever the people are talking in the chat. Some people are just talking about whatever they want. So I focus on that.
Okay.
Because, you know,
All right.
I just go with the flow of things. I
was just trying to understand it better, and you helped.
If you ever drop in the chat and just want to talk about whatever, you are also welcome to do it. Like, there's no restriction. You don't have to.
Okay, I didn't know if I would be stepping on boundaries, because I needed to understand the sprint time, and then coming back to the chat. Do I talk during the sprint? Do I talk after?
You can do.
I can do whatever.
To be very honest with you, you can do whatever you want, so long as you're respectful.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
But sure, you can do whatever you want. So, but like the advice for the YouTube notifications is like, guys, impromptu. Don't expect people to drop everything they're doing to come, especially when YouTube is glitchy with notifications. So, like, if you're gonna do sprints if you're gonna do streams, sorry, I confused the two. If you're gonna do streams, like live streams and stuff, do like Diana or me or Andrew and schedule it. Because then people are, it's 2:00. It's time to go see Andrew.
Yeah.
And you post you post your schedule in your about section, plus try to fit it on your channel banner.
You can also, if you make videos, in the description, you can say, by the way, I also have a stream every week at blah, 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 in the description box.
Okay, that would be a third place. So as many places as possible where you can post it.
Yeah, so people are aware that, hey, this person, and when the time of the day comes, if they remember, it's like, hey, this person is streaming, or they program themselves to attend if they so wish, So schedule it. It's the best you can do.
Danny McKenna, you're a smart ass.
Yeah, he said it. Danny said it's the longest he's ever seen Andrew being quiet.
Kind of true. It's kind of true.
Paul has inspired me to hijack this thing. Sorry.
What did Danny say?
He said that was the longest he's seen me be quiet.
Oh. You don't talk that much.
Oh, I can. Trust
me. Yes, he does. Andrew talks forever.
Yep. I tend to go for a while. That's why I was saying in my video earlier, yesterday, me and Divided by Sight, Lauren, when I first started doing streaming, when I met her, we would anticipate being on here for a live stream for an hour. And we would be on for 5, 8 hours long when we first met. And
wow.
Yeah.
When you first met who?
Lauren, Divided by Sight.
Okay.
Because I met her. Well, I met a lot of our community over on Blind to Billionaire with Matt and Corey. Mm-hmm. And then because we all met there, I started chatting with everybody on their channels and stuff like that. And then I had talked to Lauren about doing our collaboration for the first time for a stream, and we anticipated being on for only an hour. Our very first stream was 4.5 hours. The next time we got together, it was 5 hours. The following time we got together, we started at like 8:00 at night and did not get off of the stream until 5:00 in the morning.
Is that the same Lauren that's in Bullitto?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Me and her talked, and her sister talked for hours.
Well, Lisa tells me I can never shut up. So I thought I would be the one that would talk all the time.
No, we got the idea of how Andrew talks on forever when he was doing the Lita challenge and his Lita missions. He would talk on and on and on and on. Yours were short. compared to his. I mean, yours were
Yeah.
short. That's where I got the idea that he
45
talked
minutes
on and
to
on
an
and on and on because
hour,
he did
2
on his
hours.
missions.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I have a
The thing
theory.
with me on my missions though is I planned on it being short, like maybe 15-20 minutes, and then we would get everybody in the chat engaging with me. So then it's just my mission got done, then it goes into the conversation like we are now.
And you went deep too. A lot of
Right.
Right.
I have a
then,
theory
like,
about
especially like
this.
with me those days I had the breakthroughs with crying and everything, because it's like, okay, I'm crying, I need to get the hell off of here. I'm taking up everybody's time, and that's when all the moderators will come in. No, don't be getting off of here. Keep going. And it's like, but I'm taking up more than what I was told to take up.
Yeah.
You know, Laria and David, well, do your stream for 4 or 5 minutes. Don't take forever.
Right.
And then I've got Kathleen and Paul and Callie and Andy, and they're all going, don't worry about it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And it's like, okay, well, cool. Now we're at a 2.5 hour stream.
What's your theory, Dal?
We as blind and visually impaired people, we since we don't rely so much on visuals, we are a lot more vocal, more verbal about things.
Yeah.
We rely a lot more on, like, when you cannot see a person, you know, and this is why a lot of interpersonal relationships might become difficult. This is why a lot of couples abandon the blind, or even friends. The theory is we rely on our and other people's verbal communication.
Yes.
We don't understand body language or, like, you know, nonverbal cues. We can pick up on tone of voice. Yes, we do pick up on tone of voice. We pick up on, like, the way that people word their sentences. We do pick up on that. Not everybody is skilled at that either. So, like, some people have a subtext with what they say. Some blind people pick it up, some people don't. So, but the theory of why we go on and on and on forever is because, like, we rely on this. This is our movies, and this is our interaction with the world is verbal, primarily verbal. So, like, you know, body language doesn't apply here, you know. So that's why sometimes when we are passionate about a topic, and, like, when we discuss things that really matter to us deeply, then we can go on forever. That's more blind and visually impaired people more than some sighted people, because some sighted people can go on forever too. That's I'm not just saying that's a blind thing, but the theory of why all of us here could go on for, you know,
hours.
Yeah.
So I want to say hi to Pikachu.
Yep. Actually, you know, she is in our challenge now. She joined last night.
Oh, did she really? Good.
Because we have some people dropped out, and now we have some new joiners.
Vika, do you want to come on panel before we end it?
Yeah, if people want to come here, you can just find the link in the chat.
Yes, I'll put the link in Pikachu.
Yeah, sometimes, well, usually Diana, when she puts the link in the chat, she can't keep it in there forever.
No, I've been keeping it in. Never mind, I've been keeping it in.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Diana has command of her streams already. She has been doing this for.
But it's also smart to. It's not a bad idea to put it in there and take it out, and then I can put it in. But that's not a bad idea, because you've never had a problem with trolls, and you don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I mentioned it. I assume
they pretend to put somebody's name, so they think that you're putting up a right person.
Yeah, you
and
gotta
all of
be
a sudden,
careful.
all of a sudden, something, and I can't even tell you what they do. So it's like, and then you got to take down your live stream right away.
Yeah.
I only had, like, I wouldn't say a troll, but I had, like, a bullying situation, but just once, and nothing big. It wasn't.
Sometimes some streamers, especially late at night,
if you're in need of a moderator, add me, because I'm already a moderator for a few of Pat Flynn's followers, the Quarantine
Awesome.
Fam,
Awesome.
because I went into a stream one day and I was there to support one of the sisters, and I said hi, she said hi, somebody else joined, and then next thing you know, here comes all these trolls with sexual comments, and
Oof.
I went ballistic. I mean,
Oh, and it's
I went ballistic.
what do they call it? A raid of trolls.
Yeah.
That's best to just shut down the stream then too.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I wasn't even a moderator yet, and they started going nuts. So I was literally sitting here for like 20 minutes reporting and reporting and reporting and reporting. So she didn't have to stop it. I was just sitting there reporting it. And she's like, what in the hell is going on? Why are all these comments getting removed? And it's like, because I'm sitting here reporting them because they're talking about your boobs and they want you to do this and they want you to do that. And it's like, no, it ain't happening. You're either going to be respectful while I'm there or I'm going to report your ass left and right. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're one of their good friends and you say something like that, I'm going to report you. And she's like, really? Well, thank you for doing that. And it's like, hey, you need a moderator. I'm right here.
Here's
Very-
Pikachu.
very next
She's gonna
day.
join us on panel. Hi,
Very next day,
Pikachu.
I'll
Hey,
be a
Vika,
moderator,
welcome.
and
How
we've
are you
only had
guys?
one instance
Good,
of
how are
it after
you?
that. Hey,
I'm doing
We're
good.
doing real good, Vika. Do you have anything to add on our topic or anything else outside of our topic for today?
Yeah, the scheduled topic and/or any other topic.
I thought it was interesting that you guys were talking about how that is our strong point about verbal, because I never really thought about it that way.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the talking, yes.
Can
Yeah.
can you see body language?
No, I always try to explain that to people, and then I never really think about telling them verbal is my main point.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's common sense. To me, it's obvious. If a person can't see, you gotta tell him. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta like communication, verbal or like text, but like sincere messaging. No subtext, no between the lines, nothing.
And
Just
Jordan, welcome back again. I hope it works this time.
You know,
Yeah.
my struggle is somebody just leaves and doesn't let me know they left.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
yeah.
hate
I-
that.
I
And then
had
I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
I had an experience of that with, sorry to say, but like someone with a visual impairment did that to me. And I still don't know to this day what the fuck happened.
Mhm.
My mom does it to me all the time, and she's even more blind than I am.
That's weird. I've never had a blind person do that to me. But you know, sometimes my neighbors, you know, they get preoccupied, they forget about me. I'm talking and I'm like, okay, you know, Joe left and I didn't even know, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
I can still see, like if I'm having like a physical conversation, I can still see the blur, like not the blur, but like I can see where the person is standing. So if they leave, I can I can notice that they left.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. So if I said something that upset that person, I have no clue. They just left me and I'm sitting here like, what?
What the hell?
Yeah, like what I'm so sorry. I mean, can I apologize? Can I reach out and apologize? What was it? I'm so sorry. Because I don't know. I mean, maybe they made a face or something. They were trying to tell me with their with their eyes. They were trying to tell me with their glance at me that they were very sad or angry. I cannot see that, buddy. You have to tell me this is uncomfortable. You have to tell me this is not appropriate. Dal, I am very uncomfortable with it. You have to tell me. I know that people are not accustomed to be this sincere, but like putting your doggy face and frowning and that's not gonna work. You have to tell me. You have to call me out on my bullshit, which I appreciate entirely. And then if you want, you walk away. But at least I know what happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I can tell if people are sad because I can pick it up in their voice.
You can pick it up from the voice, yeah.
You know, some people are so good at hearing that they can hear a smile.
Yep.
Mhm.
They actually can hear the mouth
Yes, I
smile.
think you can tell if somebody's smile talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, grayscale's
one
here?
of those
Very, very
with the
interesting.
I've
What's
got
up,
that
Tony?
sonic hearing like that.
Hi, Grayscale.
Echolocation is awesome. I love it.
Whoa,
yeah.
Andrew, you just
Andrew
went down real low. We can't hear you.
No, I could hear a little bit of what he said. He said that he can do echolocation. So Andrew, because Andrew is wait, was it Marine or
Mhm.
Yes, he was a Marine.
you have training that, for example, I don't have.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he
that's why I was saying in my stream a while back when we were talking about some of the misconceptions and people were talking about like the whole daredevil situation.
yeah,
That's
that was
why
me.
it's like, well, not just you. There was a few others that were like, "That's complete bullshit," and it's like, no, it's not, because I am like that. I can literally close my eyes, even with these headphones on right now, just because of the pressure in my room. I can actually hear everything that is on my wall. I can hear the feathers behind my head moving, and I can visualize exactly where they are, so I can move and never even touch them. Because I have such good hearing and because I have used my senses so much to be trained on listening to things, I can be completely blind right now and be able to walk without tripping over a single thing because of my hearing. When I did my cane training, I amazed my cane trainer because I was walking and my neighbor's sprinkler was on, and I could tell exactly where the water was landing from that sprinkler to walk completely out and around it without a single drop touching me. And they're like, "How in the hell did you do that?" And it's like, I heard it. But how? We were way the hell back there. How did you know that there was a sprinkler way up here to be able to walk that far out and around? It's like, I heard it. No, you can't do that. I just did it. Did I not?
You have marine special training. For example, I have musical training. So
Well,
my hearing is good for other things, and I have good hearing, but not
That's the thing, though.
not to the echolocation level.
I had that before I went into the Marine Corps.
Hmm.
That's why I love it, because it's like they anticipated me in my training not being able to do a lot, and then it's like, go ahead, try sneaking up on the blind guy.
Let's
think
do
you
a
can
test.
Yeah, go ahead, try and sneak up on me, because it's not gonna work. I'm gonna hear you a mile away.
Well, my father was a World War II veteran and fought for the Polish National Army.
Marine Corps?
He ended
hang
up
on,
being
Paul.
trained.
Hang
Go
on,
ahead.
Jordan, you want to say something?
Oh, sorry, Jordan.
Was Paul actually in the Marine Corps?
No, I was. Consult the blind guy.
Yeah.
I spent 8 years in uniform.
He was Marines as a legally blind individual.
Yeah, I
When I
did not
joined the
take no
Army.
for an answer. I would not take no for an answer when I went in. Yeah, you can't do that. You don't have good eyesight. Bullshit. I'm here. Put me to work. You can't. You can't. Watch me. I'm here to prove you wrong, because if you've got a little bit of sight, I don't care. You can do it. Even if you're completely blind, there's a lot of things that they'll say you can't do. Bullshit. You can do it. You just got to put your mind to it.
You know, my dad was trained in the dark to put his weapon, take it apart, and put it back together in the dark.
Same determination. That
There's a lot of darkness training.
Yep. Blindfolded. Had to do it blindfolded.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. It's same here.
It's the one profession I want to go into is the Army.
I think you can do it then.
You could try. I was a
Um,
special case because
I don't
volunteered
know.
to do it for free. I was not the average enlistee.
Yeah, you had
Mhm.
volunteered.
Yeah, I did
Yeah, they
everything
didn't pay him.
absolutely free. I
If
told them
you-
I did not want no benefits. I didn't want no pay. I was there to work. I was there to prove a lot of people wrong. That's
Mhm.
why I got in.
So Jordan, since in the case since Jordan is in Ireland, and none of us live in Ireland, so we don't really have a guidance for you.
What's the train?
Oops, it cut it off. But what I was gonna say is like you have to look into. I think it's possible, but you just have to look into the procedures in Ireland.
You got to know what your you got to know what the qualifications are to enlist. Then if you can meet the 99% of those qualifications and show them that you are capable of doing these things and not take no for an answer, go in every day, because that's what I literally did every single day for 6 months straight. Oh no, you can't. Oh no, you can't. Oh no, you can't.
What's
Oh no, you
training?
can't. Guess what? I'm gonna be here every damn day until you tell me yes. And that's how I got to do it. Because it's like, I'm not here for you to pay me. I'm not here for you to give me college credits. I'm not here for you to give me a college degree. I'm here to work. I'm here to serve you and assist our country in its time of need. And they're like, you're gonna do what?
What's the training?
Training is like hell.
Hey,
No
Scott,
bull.
what was
It was
training?
hell. How long? Is that what you said? Is how long is training?
Yeah.
Mine was 13 weeks.
What's a normal boot camp?
Ready?
13 weeks.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, 13 weeks.
But remember, Jordan, that Andrew is speaking from the US, so like it will be different. I think it will be different
Yeah.
in the case of Ireland. We don't know. Also, I don't know.
Each
I honestly don't
branch
know.
in each country is completely different.
Yeah, I
Like-
know. For example, Finland has like mandatory services for or mandatory. No, was it mandatory? It used to be mandatory, not anymore. But like when my dad was younger, the military in Finland was mandatory, so everyone above the age of 18 had
Oh
to
yes,
do.
they had that a while. They had that for a while here in the U.S.
Yeah, well, so Finland has that too, but or had it. I don't know if they have it anymore. But like it will depend from country to country. For example, Iceland has no army at all. So if you want to be in the army and you happen to be Icelandic, well, good luck, buddy, because there's no army there. But so Jordan, you will have to do some research when it comes to like the qualifications and requirements for Irish army. Because we don't really know. We cannot help you with that because none of us is in Ireland.
Well, I joined the American Army, though.
You gotta be a
Complete
U.S.
native
citizen,
heroes.
or you have to be a refugee seeking citizenship in order to enlist. And then on top of it, with the way things have been these last few years, with the wonderful douchebag we've got for a president right now, don't count on it. Because
Okay, I have to step away for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay, Diana.
Okay.
the wonderful
Okay,
person we
Diana.
have in office right now, I met him
Although I wanna be
personally
in the-
just before he became
Although I-
president, and he has no respect for our veterans. He has no respect for minorities, no respect for women, nothing. So right now, with who
William
we've got in the
Obama.
office, I wouldn't want to be there because I would refuse to listen to him.
Well, the whole point of why you did this is because of 9/11, right?
He's scum.
Yeah. Yep. I
No
wanted to
offense.
do it
No offense.
prior to, and
But he's scum.
I had went in and
Sorry?
talked to him, and
And there's
my
a lot of
family
people
told
over
me all
here in
that.
Ireland.
He's breaking in and out again.
The Wi-Fi.
You
You're
say you were in the American.
Oh, hey buddy, your Wi-Fi is really not helping you today.
All I keep getting is crackling. I get it, and then he's out. And he's out.
Yeah, it happened.
Real bad connection today. I have my days like that too. That my own streams get lots of connection issues.
But I was going to ask, what type of training did you have to do to be in the American Marine Corps?
Same as everybody else.
There were no differentiations with Andrew. It was the same training. It's just that Andrew happens to be visually impaired, but he went through the same boot camp.
Yeah, I didn't get no special treatment. The only time I got a special, the only special situation I had when it came for me in training was they had me do the shooting part of the training without a scope. And then once they seen how I handled a gun without a scope, then they gave me a scope, and then they really wanted to see what I could do. And I'm an expert rifleman with or without a scope because I know how to handle a firearm.
Yep.
You can be 1,000 yards out, and though I might not be able to see you the best, I will still put a bullet in your ass.
Yeah.
I want to be an Navy
It's
SEAL.
more, there's a lot more to shooting a gun than just sight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot that plays into it, and thankfully, because I've always been somebody that likes hunting and stuff like that, it didn't take much for me to figure out how to do things. And the one biggest thing that I always see sighted people do that irritates the living hell out of me is, here, I'm going to look through my eye and I'm going to squint with my other one and close it. So you got one eye open, one eye clenched closed. Guess what? That's not how you should be shooting. You should have both your eyes open. Why? Because while you're looking down a scope or looking down the sights with one eye, you need to be looking with your other eye down the side of your barrel, because then you can really judge where something is and how far it is and actually be more accurate.
Yep.
I hate
Breath
when I
technique, how you hold the
How
gun,
earlier you guys were talking about
stance, everything.
how earlier
Yeah.
you guys were talking about Audible.
Yeah.
I got
There's
Audible.
another Audible website I can think of. There's another Audible website I can think of, and I love it. It's called Graphic Audio, and I love how the when it goes into it, the opening teaser is Graphic Audio, a movie in your mind.
Oh, very nice. So like a full cast audio with sound effects and different voice actors. Those are amazing. But
What
those,
was that called?
I think he said
graphic novels.
graphic novels, but in audio format, you mean?
Yeah, they have comics and everything. They have westerns, and they even have X-Men. And I'm a huge fan of X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what is the website's name?
I reckon we visually impaired people. It's called graphicaudio.com or .net.
Okay, .com or .net, but one of the other. Okay, graphic audio, amazing. Thank you so
Graphic
much for the
audio.
recommendation.
Yes.
That's fabulous.
I'm going to check that out.
They have Marvel. They have Marvel. They have DC, and just
Graphicaudio.com.
like it's actually done by a cast of voice. Done by a cast of voice actors.
So that's what I was saying. It's this is not just one narrator that tells you all the voices of all the characters. This is like a multicast of voice actors. So it's like every character has their own voice actor and things like that. Ooh, those are my favorite audiobooks ever.
Yeah,
like,
because they're like almost like a play.
It's a movie, but
like
just
a
audio.
movie.
It's like a movie, but just audio. And okay, so the very famous trilogy, Historic Materials by Philip Pullman, the audiobook was a full cast. unbelievably good. It's one of my favorite trilogies, I think, precisely because it was so atmospheric and everybody had their own voice actor. It was incredible. I love it so much. So those are my, thank you so much for the recommendations, Jordan. I'm gonna look it up right this evening.
Yeah, I just pulled it up now so I could make sure what the address was, and it is graphicaudio.com.
Okay, cool.
Fantastic.
Wait,
Is it more than just comics?
I think it has everything, he said.
Okay.
A movie in your mind is the very first thing underneath the name of the title, audio book entertainment, and then coming soon, the Stormlight Archive. And then underneath that, they've got the advertisement for some of their books that are in a very large picture. And then underneath that, you've got small pictures of all the other books that they have.
All right. I have a question for Jordan because this is the first time I met him. And Jordan, do you have other social media? What's your YouTube channel about? Like things like that. Like tell us a little bit more about you because this is the first time I meet you, and you already gave us like a super cool recommendation for audiobook websites. Like what is your thing as a blind content creator? What do you do?
Oh, you're on my channel. Are you asking about my channel?
Yes. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Or social media in general? You have a, I don't know, blog or website or your YouTube channel? What's like? Tell us a little bit more about you.
Hi, Gracie.
I'm from Ireland, obviously. I'm visually impaired and I have autism. And my channel is about like it depends what I do it on. I started the channel on where I was uploading videos from Space Camp that's based in Huntsville, Alabama, because they do a thing there every September where it's called Cybiz, and it's a week where visually impaired only, and I've had the pleasure of meeting many visually impaired around the world.
Nice.
And that first year, and I still could not get over this, but including the Irish guys, there were 400 visually impaired people in the place, and it was incredible.
That's wonderful.
Just, it's really incredible. But then I expanded on it by uploading videos on any technology I would use, then some videos on some other blind people do, because one blind person I really love is Joy Ross and Molly Burke. I love their channels. And the channel just kept on expanding because I also talk about censorship in my channel, because I don't like censorship. 100% disagree with censorship and the way YouTube is run now, because I don't like where we're on in terms of censorship. So I will, like you guys said earlier, in terms of rants, that's one thing I will rant about is censorship, because it drives me mad. And
sounds like you've been listening to my
I
channel.
also try to put up messages for the blind communities, because I believe having equality is a huge thing. I believe being comfortable in your own skin is a huge thing. And if you're blind and you've been told for years, essentially you have a problem, well, that person is wrong. And part of my mission is I want to show people this person is blind. There's nothing wrong with them. They may have a problem with their sight. Other than that, talk to them, get to know them, interact with them, treat them like a human being. And another side of my mission, the book series I really love is Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson in the Lightning Thief. And he's treated not very nice by his stepfather, Ubiano. And I want to change the world. Like, if there's someone with a visual impairment out there and they have a stepfather or someone in their families basically berating them on their visual impairment or abusing them because of their visual impairment or essentially picking on them because of the visual impairment and basically treating them to the point where they're worthless and they should live, I want to prevent that. I want to show them. And one message that I love, which is in another show I love called The Tomorrow People, that Cora basically says the main character, Stephen Jameson, and I think all young people should be told this message that even myself, that you're on the brink of becoming someone truly extraordinary. And that's why I want them to hear, that they're on the brink of becoming someone truly extraordinary.
That's a very good message to have, and yeah, you're definitely a part of the blind awareness. Like raising awareness for the blind community. That's something wonderful. I'm very happy that you're doing what you're doing. I just found your channel and subscribed. So good luck with that. And again, thank you so much for the audiobook recommendations, like the website recommendations. That's fantastic. I'm so happy that you joined us, and so happy that finally your connection is kind of helping you. That's a good thing.
Hi, Gracie.
Hi, Gracie.
Gracie, you want to come on panel before we leave?
I think Vika, tell us about you, or whatever you would like to talk about.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfectly.
Okay, good. Well, to talk about my channel or something?
Yeah.
Well, I started my channel mostly for dancing videos because I like to dance a lot, but recently it's been more like a memory book for me, because someone told me when I go blind, why don't you make a photo book? And I said, well, I won't be able to see it, so I thought maybe videos, because I can listen later on in life. And then when this year I started dealing with, I was born with aniridia, and this year I recently started getting hemorrhages. And when my mom and me were doing research, because the doctors had no idea what was going on, they had no idea where it was coming from, etc., etc. We were doing research online, and there was nothing connecting to what I was going through and what I was born with. So I thought it was a good idea to get on YouTube and not only do the dancing, but to let people know, just in case there's someone out there like me in the future or recently, now, who has aniridia or hemorrhages, that this is a thing. Don't be scared, And that's mostly what my YouTube is about right now. It's just updating like friends and family. I recently did a video about getting to know me, but I do a lot of dancing mostly because that's my passion.
Nice.
So
What kind of
happy.
dancing do you do, Vika?
K-pop dancing, so it's kind of
Oh.
like, so it's like hip hop or pop dance. There's a lot of more
Expressive dance.
Yeah.
Nice.
A lot of it is the newer stuff, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
They look hard. I saw a couple videos, people try and do that. I'm like, no way. They're hard to do.
They are, and I wanted to make a video on how I learned these dances, because I actually get a lot of questions for even sighted people, how I learned these dances, and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be a long video, but I'll try my best.
Well, I'm glad that you're doing this. That's your passion. It makes you feel, gives you joy. Then you should do it.
Yes.
Okay, Gracie's coming up on panel.
Here's your British accent, Del.
Yeah, she's from the UK.
But it's a
She's
she.
from the UK,
I need
so
a
she could
dude.
reach.
No,
So
I
you
need a dude.
Oh, we have dudes.
Oh,
we got,
you need a dude.
No,
we got
just for no, but like seriously.
Lawn and Hedge Cutters is in here. He's from Wales. He's from the UK. He has a UK accent.
Yeah, but I mean, if he wants, that's
Oh,
the
I
other
know.
thing.
I guess we're just talking about who has an accent. We don't know that far.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So I'm just like canceling or postponing. I'm okay with it. You know, it's just something that happened.
Nick at NJ Lawn and Hedge Cutters, are you interested in narrating a whole book to make it an audio book for the visually impaired?
There will be certain parts of it.
Okay. Oh, yes, not the whole book.
Ian,
Only certain parts of it. Only certain parts of it. Wouldn't be the whole book.
You're talking about my thing?
So
yeah. We were talking about your thing.
Okay, no, don't say book, Diana. Don't say book. It's not a book. It's a short story. It's a short.
Sorry, it's a short story.
Yeah, I have both. I have a short. I have a book. I try different things, but like, don't confuse people. But like, no, like, just forget about it. If people want to, they can reach out to me. I can do the work. It's and I am willing to just let it pass this time. Just let go of that idea, and maybe for future projects, if people are interested, then maybe we can collaborate. You know. But as of right now, I will just stick to the ebook and just move on. I think it might be for the better in the long run.
Okay, well, we're trying to get Gracie up here. She just said she had the link, and now she says she's now not. Now I don't know what she's talking about.
this has happened before, right? You've put it out in the chat, and sometimes it doesn't work.
Well, it hasn't happened today. We have not had a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, and Nick from Wales, he's got the thick Welsh accent. It's really thick. And then we know Ian Jackson too. He's from my area where I was born in Yorkshire.
She does have the link. She's just eating the last part of her dinner.
Oh, gee. All right, Gracie. What are you having? It's 102. If it's up to you, it's 202 for you, Diana. So.
Yeah, I know.
So, like, are we waiting for Gracie? We will just wrap up and leave it for the next.
I know, Gracie. Maybe we can't wait. I think we're gonna wrap it up.
You can come next time. You can come next time for sure.
Again, she comes at the tail end of a live stream, and she can't get on panel because we're leaving. That she did this last week too.
Yeah, Gracie needs to learn the time zone. Maybe she's in another part of the.
She's going through a difficult time right now. So
yeah,
going through a difficult time right now. So she's.
That's why I thought it'd be good to have her on panel because of our topic.
Just so you know,
she goes.
We support you. We support you.
Yes, she says. I think she says. No problem about. She doesn't. It's okay if she don't come on panel.
Okay.
All right. Thank you to panel guests, and thank you to people that came up on the chat. Came up on the panel, and for people in the chat, appreciate your contribution and your participation. And thank you, panelists. So great to have you here. The show wouldn't be the same if you guys weren't here.
Absolutely.
Guys and gals weren't here.
Yep. Absolutely. Don't forget the thumbs up and to share this live stream as a replay.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, that would be good. Share it as a replay now at pause. And yeah, give a thumbs up if you didn't on your way out, please.
Yes, it's important because
It helps the channel.
it helps. It helps
Algorithm.
that and the channel, and it just helps the community too. But unfortunately, we tried to do a second one for the
Down under.
for our folks in the
EU.
Australia, a different time zone, and at the same time we are trying to honor a weekday because there are some individuals even in the United States the weekends are bad. So
Right.
we tried to accommodate both.
On a
And
third
when
Monday.
Yeah, and when we did that stream, it was horrible.
Oh, well, we're going to try it again in a few months.
The participation wasn't what we expected, so we're just going to stick with once a
For
month.
this for now. Yes, we're going to keep this time slot and day, first Sunday of every
for now.
month. But the third Monday, we're not going to do that. We're going to in a few months we might come back to a third. We might start doing twice a month in a few months.
Yeah. So participation and likes and sharing is important.
Definitely.
So this live stream wouldn't be here without all of you. So I thank everyone in the chat, and I thank everyone that's on panel. Jordan, Vika, Andrew, Diana, Dal, everyone.
And Jordan was on. Did you say Jordan?
I thought I said Jordan, but if I didn't,
I forget.
Thank you, Jordan. It was awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I enjoy being here all the time.
Okay, great.
It's always a blast to be here.
Oh, great. Okay, that's good. Great. So then we'll hope to have you back again whenever it's possible for you. Okay.
Yeah. All you gotta do is hit me up. I'm usually available on
Oh,
Mondays.
Okay, awesome.
All right, guys.
And
Talk to you
so
soon.
glad that Jordan got his connection. We got to hear him finally.
Yeah, we got that. He had some very good advice on that Audible website, Graphic Audible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, bye everyone. Bye.
We're
Take
saying
care,
bye.
everyone.
Take care.
We'll see you next
Thank
first
you.
Sunday next month.
First Sunday next month. First Sunday of November.
What day is that, Diana?
Oh, I don't know. I could look it up real fast. At 12 noon p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, let me look it up real fast. The first Sunday of November will be. Oh my goodness! It's gonna be It's gonna be November 1st.
First.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
November 1st is gonna be the first Sunday.
Yes.
November 1st, we'll see you back here, same time, same place, 12 noon p.m. Eastern Standard Time, November 1st.
Alrighty.
Okay, and daylight savings time for the U.S. is that day.
Oh, and that same day?
God.
Oh, that messes everything up.
Yeah, everybody check your clocks then.
Yeah, that's daylight savings time for the U.S.
Yay. You gotta
So-
love it. I wish they'd just end that crap.
I know. And there was talk that we weren't going to do that. We were going to stay where we're at right now, but I'm looking on my calendar and we're still doing it. So I don't know. When we get closer to the date, I guess we'll have to really pay close attention.
And Vika too. Thank you for being here also. I'm sure we said your name. I hope we did.
Yes.
I did.
Okay.
Thank you
And
for
I'll be
having me.
seeing-
Oh,
I'll be
you're
seeing
welcome.
3 of you here soon anyway because you'll be inside of the challenge. So I'll see you in a little while.
Yes.
Yeah, Pikachu's joining the blind live streaming every day in October challenge. That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay, bye everybody.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.